here. Let's see. Howdy, folks. If you don't know already, my name is Kevin G Nicholson, and I am the host of this YouTube channel, and we are starting with nothing today. Zero, zilch, nada. And I'm going to be playing Empyrion Galactic Survival, provided we can get the program to actually run. So that's the question. Because this takes an awful lot of RAM, and although I ordered RAM, which is hence the title, RAM at Home, but even with that, and you keep that small. There we go. Yeah, it looks like we're going. We're cooking with gas. See, it says right here, warning, low memory detected. So, that's where we're at. With low memory, but like I said, ordered little RAM. And so hopefully that'll be enough to get us where we need to be. But for right now, let's take my beautiful face. Shorten that into the corner here. And then we're going to try some Empyrion. Okay. Ramage home. Alright. So let's get transform. There we go. Alright. Do a nice we're gonna do start here. Survival. And then we come back here and let's turn off the turn that off. Alright. Here we go. See if I can do one last thing before it closes up. There we go. Okay. Let's get out the old. That's what I like to hear. Now the question is, I'm going from, I have 8 gigabytes in my system right this second. And that obviously is struggling. Oh, there we go. We're back. All right. Now I've gotten what I believe is to the, not necessarily the end of the game, but I've gotten all the technologies and stuff, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this game from now, and I'm going to start fresh. No materials, no anything, on survival mode. And we're going to, my goal for this session is to get enough materials to build a small base, get enough food going to eventually expand. And, but the star of this show is going to be the base. It's going to be building, which is going to involve a lot of grinding. But as you can see, the visuals up for this game are pretty beautiful. And the gameplay is a little challenging. But I've enjoyed it as a sandbox game. I know there are other things that I need to try in the very near future that are, more appropriate with the game. But that's why I ordered the RAM, because not only running all the programs, OBS, and YouTube in the back of that, and then voice mod in the back of that, takes up a lot of resources. Oh, I'm crashing. So here we go. Get a little. I've crashed. I have no idea. Oh. Alright. Ooh. No interface. Well. Do I have any movement? Do I have anything? Oh, there. It just takes a while. Okay, we're going to compare this speed style to. No, I'm already a veteran. If I was any more of a veteran. Okay.
Emergency situation detected. Robinson Protocol UCH001A initiated. Do you want to activate the tutorial help information system?
Okay. Like, all I want. I gotta figure out. This is the first thing. I gotta figure out how to get the darn screen off. There we go. Can I do it that way? There we are. Okay. So we got a flashlight. And we got our little resource gatherer. But first things first, we have to stay alive. Our health bar is exceedingly low. So I'm going to gather some of these hot dogs, little protein dogs. Hot dog day at the crash site. I don't have a grill, but I got what I need to get going. Alright. So yeah, I got a that's it. Alright. Silicon. One of the basic constructing aspects of okay, couple more hot dogs here. There. So when you start out, you need essentially one of each. One copper, one this is iron, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. One silicon, one iron, and then one copper, which I believe there's a copper probably up top. When you start the game, you start with nothing, and you walk around gathering materials in an attempt to stay alive, and then build up your resources and get yourself in a state where you can build your first ship. But again, today, it's just going to be some basic survival. We're going to gather enough resources. We're going to start. Let's see if we can find some copper. dogs here. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Alright. So, I think the last thing I need is copper, right? And there is some right there. Great. Fantastic. So, there's the crash point, there's the escape pod. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come right up here. I want to be in line of sight of that escape pod. Alright, I hit the tab button, and that brings me into my portable survival constructor. And that survival constructor allows me to create certain things. For example, if I want to make energy bars, I need plant protein, I get 60 of those, so let's make 10 of those. And then in order to make bandages, I need plant fibers 3. Okay, so I have 4. So I'm going to need to get some more plant fibers. How do you do that? Well, those little tiny trees, like this one right here. If you get those, that'll give you a little more. 5 plant fibers at a time. Got any more around here? I'm sure we do. I'm sure we do. Okay. So again, and we're in the safe zone. There are no monsters at the very beginning, luckily for me. That's my escape pod. Let's go over here and we'll go back into the constructor. I got 26 plant fibers now. So I'm gonna let's do another 9. Put that over here. And we're gonna eat a few of those. And if you see in the bottom left-hand corner, this is my hunger. And of course you can, that's why you eat the hot dogs. Alright. Let's get that up to 500. That's close. Alright. Now, that's the health bar, and that's above all how much you can take. There we go, we're at 500 there, so now we're easy. We got that. Now the next thing is a water condenser, and then you need the portable constructor, which is a big thing. But before we can do that, we need to operate it on our tech tree. And the tech tree was F3 or F4. Let's go with F4. F4? Nope. F3. There we go. And so, in order to get this going, you need to go to your basic tools. No, sorry. You go to miscellaneous. Am I right? Water, yeah. Portable heater cooler. Portable constructor has to be unlocked. Unlock that. You can unlock that too while you're at it. Anything else I need over here? We're going to do a wireless connection too. And what the heck, because we're here, ventilators. Alright, the tools. The multi-tool is going to come in handy. Work light as well, and the ore scanner is very handy when you start getting into pentaxid and other stuff. Okay, so we have free unlocks, and all those weapons cost a lot more. So how do you gain extra levels? Well, you just gather more stuff. Right now, we want That is 3 carbon substrate. How much carbon substrate do I have up here? Oh, goodness. Looks like we lost camera 1. Okay. I gotta do this.
Camera 1 has gone down. How do we remedy the problem? Well, we're gonna go here. Grab. Here. Okay. Cable. Cable. Always technical difficulties.
Okay. All right, we're in good shape here. So I want to do water, but let's do the portable constructor. You need carbon substrate 5. We got that. That's building that. That's carbon substrate, which we got. And then that. Well, we can only do 2 at a time. So that'll take a while. So next thing you need is you're going to need fuel. And fuel is from the fiber or from wood. So, I see a big tree there. Look at those big logs. Those big wooden. Okay, and then when my constructor is done being built, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some gas, or what I would guess is more like ethanol, because it's made from, turns into a combustible liquid. All right. It's going to be a while. So I figured I'd start with this, with almost no memory, and then we would have a kind of a play-by-play version, so we could see the difference and see if it was recognizable, because I currently have 8 gigabytes of memory in my base computer. I am attempting to upgrade to 32. So we shall see how well that works out. It should be simple enough. But we'll see if anyone can see, if I can see, and it should help with the streaming just overall too. All right, let's see. Where's the? Let's go back up the hill here. Now I'm sticking close to the escape pod, just at the beginning, because once you get down into the swamps, well, then these big slug-like creatures can occasionally catch you off guard, and they'll do so while you from behind you. They'll do it while your back is turned. Okay, so we got that. And I can still see the pod. is a good spot. Let's see if that's done. It is done. They're both done, so we're going to put that 3 and 4. And now we're going to construct the water condenser because we're going to need that pretty quickly. Okay, so we're going to put down, let's put it over here. All right, and this is the portable constructor. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start filling that up with materials, just like that. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get plant fibers. So that's 10. And how many plant per wood log? So I got 26 wood logs. All right, and we'll let those go. And then we're going to make a bunch of those. So while that's doing all that, I want to drop that. I believe it's a heater, is it? Yeah, it's a heater. Now, I don't need to turn that on now because I'm in a temperate zone. Everything's wonderful. Okay. So, I'm going to need more wood, though. And I'm going to need the volley up points. So, let's just start gathering stuff around here. Okay. Oh, there's another one. All right, and this is just, again, getting ready for the baseline before you start moving on and getting more unusual prizes, resources. But you got to start from a baseline, and that's what you're building up. A foundation for what we're going to do further. And that requires fuel, doesn't it? So let's... So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go... we're going to get things up to where I can go place the starter block, and then we'll cut there for today, and then see, the thing is, I could go right through and build a base from scratch, even with no memory. We'll see. Right now, I'm pretty. I'm really shocked. It's very difficult to keep this program working with OBS while it's running because it's just so memory intensive. But yeah, I got more than enough memory to start up and gather a few resources. So next time I do this, the RAM won't be in until next week. So. It's a beautiful game now, look at that. And I want to go back towards... Alright, there they are. that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. So now, we got plenty of that. And that's creating that. So, let's have a couple iced tea while we're there. All this stuff can go while you're running around gathering all the other stuff. Now, in the interim, my water condenser, go right there. I need to get some fuel. And luckily for me, I got a couple right there. So I'll go over here and drop a couple, get the party started. There we go. And so that'll give me some water and some oxygen, which I'll need in the very, very near future. Now, as you can see, our sun is quickly going down. So what I'm going to do is I want to set up a tent. There's the tent. There we go. Tent's down. So when I finally lose light, I'll be able to go and nap my day away. Kind of like me in the winter. When the days are cold and lonely. I mean, you know, it's part of life, but winter is certainly not my favorite season. Don't get me wrong, I like the fact there are less bugs. I'm generally not a fan of most bugs. I'm not a bug fan. Ladybugs, which I guess technically aren't ladybugs, they're lady beetles. Whatever. Naming conventions for bugs now. Yeah. Alright. The winter will pass. But it's been gray and snowy / sleety, and luckily nothing's been collecting. That's the thank goodness for that, because it means I haven't had to shovel. Which I'm more than happy to do, but I'd rather not, because it's not like you do work and you build a house and the house is there. It's you shovel the snow, and then, okay, so you have a path, and then everything melts. And it's as if you've done no work at all. So it's kind of like an effort, it just seems so futile when you could just wait and the problem would take care of itself. But ordinances. Ordinance upon ordinance, ordinary ordinance, extraordinary ordinance. military ordnance. And then. Scare you? Scared me? Scared right now? Found an old, there we go. There you can see that. From back in the day. Does it rain later? Still works. Go figure. Lighter lasted longer than the friendship. Yeah. Of course, I didn't use the lighter until it was dead. All right, let's get back up there. See, we're starting to lose them light quickly. But that's okay. It's just about gathering the base resources and then getting that, getting water and oxygen. I can't see anything. I mean, it's pretty. Look at that. But as pretty as that might be, seeing is important. And see, now in the upper right-hand corner, if you see by the circle, there's a little sun icon with an arrow pointing up. So that means the sun's coming up in 11 hours and 35 minutes. Now, time seems to work at like 3/4 speed to real time. So, okay, this is the constructor, and that's what I want. Put all my resources in there. Bibbidi bip. We'll take that out. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. And I can't see a thing. Okay, let's drop some more fuel in there. And the thing is just to kind of fill this up. This just gives you enough, as you use this stuff more. The purified water is handy later on, a little later on in the game when you need to build growing plots. And once you start going into space, boy, those little oxygen bottles, those you'd be glad when you kept them. So there's certain things I'm playing through this a bunch of times. You're like, wow, that's pretty impressive. I think I should have a granola bar. All right, let's turn on the, my hand, this is my flashlight. My real flashlight is better than this flashlight. I mean, I suppose that ain't bad in contrast, but anyway, let's eat my candy bars here. Bibbidi bip and bibbidi bip. I feel very comfortable. Well, great. Make some granola bars. All right. So we got another 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill that up. 1, 2. So I need 2 more to keep that going. And as you can see, we're losing minutes as if they were seconds. So essentially, I think that's the breakdown. It's neat when you're flying around the planet because, like, you can actually stay in the sun zone if you're airborne. Which I always wondered, would it be possible to live without having to deal with nightfall at all, because you could always keep flying. Like, at what point could you constantly be, like, in orbit and constantly on the, like, sun side? I imagine there's got to be some way. And at that point, I mean, that's just... I mean, hell, you could even do that on... you wouldn't even have to create a shadow on the Earth if you just put it up, vertically on the axis, so it still has access to the sun. It wouldn't cause shadows and stuff like that. I wonder if they think about that with satellites. I mean, I'm just contemplating here. I don't know nothing. Okay, 10 hours. Let's see how much. Got another 2 of those. Good. And then we'll drop those in place. That and that. Alright, rock on. So do I want to get anything else? It's dark out. It's a little more challenging in the dark until you get your suit. Because your suit has light on it in itself, which is very handy, because you don't have to use your hand. I'm pretty, overall. This was a good start. This was beginning to end, what, not even an hour, like not even 40 minutes. And we've got our 3 devices here. I'm just wandering around eating a few hot dogs and gathering some scraps around. If life was only this easy, need some water? Here you go. Make yourself a device. What do we get there? All right. I can go there. Eat one. Why don't you eat one? I just ate one. Okay. Now what do we got there? 8. And that's 13. Okay, so when I'm done this one, I'll take it, and then it'll start on this, and then I can fill it up at the end. So then, while that's going, I can take a nap, and it'll work while napping. And I don't mean me in the real world, I mean me in the game world. Which is very handy, because when you use it, when you're using the blueprints to build stuff, it means you can do it just like that. You can speed through game time, so you don't have to wait for certain things. Alright, good, so. And that. There we go. So it says 9 hours. I'm sure I can. Yeah, there are a few more things from around here. And essentially, I'm just kind of, right now, I'm killing a very little bit of time. I can gather simple things enough at night, but so again, this is just basic research gathering. So, then I'm going to build the first block, and then that's where we'll end this session, is on that first block. And then when we resume, which I think will be tomorrow, early afternoon. I feel like the afternoon will be a good time. Then we'll actually build the base around the first block. But we need to make block. And that means I need resources, which is why I'm running around like a crazy man, gathering up sticks and twigs and rocks. All right. It's funny because copper and silicon are really like the two things that are kind of the, not toughest, but scarcer of the three. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Hot dog. All right. Now, if you're just starting out this game like I am, well, if you're starting from scratch like I am, then you can actually, it's just, I would almost define it as relaxing sightseeing, because again, it's a very, very pretty game. There's my devices over there on the hill. And when I don't have to worry about everything shutting down due to memory. Okay, and that goes up, and that goes up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Let's see if I have any spots. I do. So that can go, that can go. And that can go over there. And then go over the old tent, 7:33 until sunup. It's sunup, isn't that great? All right, let's see how it's got everything done. We still got a bunch of that. But notice now we have, we can do energy cells, and we can do glass plates and stuff like that. And this opens up as the more you get done. Okay. But of course, the more stuff you gather, you got to carry this stuff. All right, this right here is a core block. And that is what you need for activating structures and vessels. So I'm going to put that on. We got the stuff for it. Looks like we do. So, in the constructors, they all have these little tabs over here on the upper right-hand side. The ones on the far right are differentiation between the types, whether you want just small spaceships, small vessels, capital vessels, hovercraft, and then bases. And we're going to build a base. And on the left-hand side here, we have the food, medical, armament. This is base, I'm pretty sure base building blocks. And then components, that's so you can build your parts that you build everything else out of. And then devices, you can actually build yourself a nice little hover bike, although I think you can get one on your own. And decoration blocks, which right now I just have a bed, which is very handy if you need to sleep. And actually, it's a nice looking bed. It looks better than most beds I've seen. That's just me. Oh, yeah, it's alright. So, yeah, but right now, we're looking at the base block, so that's what we're going to need. And so, in order to do that, you see that core is going to go in there, and we're going to build the base block. Alright, so this is pretty much where we need to be. We don't get much readier than this. The base block, you go into my third spot, and then you place that. Now, I think this might be a good time to stop. And then pick up the next section with that base building block. As you can see, if I select it, it gives me a cube here. And wherever you place that, that's where your base extends from. And as soon as you place that block, well, then you're kind of locked into your area. I mean, because you can build bases all over the place. But, you know, that's where you're working from, and that's where you're trying to get all your resources and materials to. So, you know, that's how that runs. All right. So we'll pick up from that spot tomorrow. I'm going to back up that save game there. All right, and then we are going to get out of Dodge quick. Let's see how long it takes for that to happen. You know, because low memory. Low memory. There's no memory of being alone. All right. Let's see if it actually lets me out. I'm hoping all of this won't take quite so much time with the spare memory, which is why I'm taking the extra effort. And well, either way, I'm excited. I'm excited because I think it's going to stress my computer a lot less by having an excessive amount of memory. Here's hoping. We shall see in the very near future. Oh, yes, I can. That's a good thing. Yeah. So, let's do this. Okay. And that's a good experiment for today. I hope you join me tomorrow when I actually start putting up the base, because that's when things actually start to get fun. When you start laying down the blocks, and then I'll explain to you how those blocks go together and how you get the chain of devices in order to get things running. So I think that'll be a good time. So I hope to see you tomorrow.